Hey, what is up, fellow wet shavers, and welcome back to the channel, Tennessee Whiskey Shaving, with your favorite talking torso, Wes. So the fall season's kicking off. It's my favorite season, so I'm just gonna keep plugging on along with these fall themed scents. I got an idea. Like I'm gonna do a bunch of fall scents, and then at the end of the season or whatnot, I'll do like a compendium, or I'll put them all up, and then I'll put like which ones are my absolute favorite ones, the ones that I could see myself reaching for the most. And today is definitely going to be one of the ones in the running. It's going to be Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Blue Samhain. So, man, this stuff is so good. Blue Samhain. Um, Man, I could just sit here and sniff this stuff all day long. This is what it looks like off the tub. So, oh man, and it smells so good off the tub. It's like it's like a soapy. I mean, of course, because it's soap, so it gives you a little, and it's totally different than the splash. The splash hits way harder than the soap. The soap is nice. It's weird because there's like a nice pumpkiny, soapy kind of goodness to it, but you can pick up on the other scent notes in here. Scent strength off the tub on the Tennessee Whiskey Proof Scale, where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best. This is a good 50 proof. It's nice. You can smell it. It's not too overpowering. To me, it's right there about where you want it. So for today's shave and review, I'm going to be using one that I haven't used in a while, at least on camera. I did shave with this yesterday, or the day before yesterday. This is a RazorRock. If you look at it there, you can tell it's got a nice slant to it. But this is a RazorRock Superslant. One of my favorite slants, honestly. And this has the L2 plate. I plan on getting other plates to try and see it out, or check them out. But the L2 plate, it's nice. I like the L2 plate where it's at. It seems to give me some really good shaves. Yesterday I had a phenomenal shave with it, like no irritation, no feedback whatsoever from the alum. Everything was just a super joy. So I figured I'd run it back with the Razorock Super Slant with a L2 plate. And this is technically an adjustable slant because, like I said, it's got the L2 plate. You can buy other plates. There's like an L2 plus, L2 plus plus, L2 open comb, I think, and then the L3, L3 plus, so on and so forth. And you can step it down from there too. So if you want to go L1, L1 plus, L1 plus plus, you can buy different plates and adjust its aggressiveness, not its efficiency. Because for me, well, I've only used the L2, and it's really efficient. So, but the aggressiveness, the blade feel, how rough it might feel on your skin, you can adjust that with the plate system. So I like that. I like the fact that I can buy that. And then if I don't like it, or if I want to try and bump it up or down a notch to see, you can buy the plate. If you don't like the plate, you can probably turn around and sell it on the BST site, buy, sell, trade site, or a page, Facebook page, whatever, Reddit, however it is you might want to try and sell it, and you can recoup your money, and boom. It's part of the fun, part of the journey. And for my matchy today, since we're going with Blue Samhain, I'm going to get the Cleanso out, where the orange matches the pumpkin there. So, and again, me, I've been kind of on a face lathering kick lately, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to load this bad boy up here straight off the tub. Man, the scent is really waking up. And of course I'm overloading, but whatever. This is actually a soap and a splash that I got off of an individual off the BST, and I have, since the Blue Samhain was just released over the weekend, I have the rest of it, all the flanker items coming, the EDP, deodorant. I went full tilt on it. That's how much I like Blue Samhain. All right, gonna get the face and neck wet, and let's get started. So the scent notes on Blue Samhain are pretty basic. There is not a whole lot to it. And, I think the simplicity in it is one of those things that kind of makes it shine. So the notes are sandalwood, one of my favorites, burnt sugar, bourbon, and pumpkin, and then Doug and Fran takes all that, and then they put it in an oak barrel and age it for like a year. So they start this stuff. They start making the Blue Samhain like a year in advance. Need some more water. And of course, this is the CK6 base. I like PAA. I like their CK6 base. There have been some others that are really coming on strong, and I really like their bases actually a little bit better. But I am a huge PAA fan, and their base is no slouch either. But there's just some other ones out there I think that really have kind of elevated their base, and to me it outperforms PA. But there are certain things about PA that I love, and that makes me really like them, and like the story and the mythos and all that stuff that Doug and Fran put behind a lot of their stuff really is something special too. It gives it that little oomph. So as far as the soap goes, it smells terrific. I really, really like it. And you can tell, I mean, look, like I said, the base is not a slouch. I mean, I could still add some water to it. It doesn't quite have that sheen that I like yet, so. But it is getting there. But the smell on the soap is very, very nice. I can really pick up more of the sandalwood, the pumpkin, everything in it. And like I said, and it puts this like soap smell to it. I mean, you can smell the soap in it too, and so that adds a little something to the depth of it. It just makes it different than the splash, and it's very, very nice. So a little from the sales page. All right, so from the sales page for Blue Samhain, there's something special about fall, isn't there? The way the air changes crisp and sharp, like it's been waiting all summer to remind you that things are about to get darker. And that's when it creeps in. Blue Samhain. It's back, folks, and this time it's better than ever. A scent that doesn't just feel like fall, it is fall. Bottled up and waiting to crack open that door between the world of the living and the world of, well, whatever's out there. You know the smell of sandalwood, don't you? Smooth, earthy, like the wood of an old cabin where the walls creak at night. Add to that burnt sugar. Sweet, but with a bitter edge, like caramel left a little too long on the fire. And now throw in that bourbon. Rich and boozy, warming your bones from the inside out. And yeah, a hint of pumpkin. But let's get this straight. This isn't your grandma's pumpkin pie. No cinnamon, no spice, no nonsense. This is pure October. Freshly carved jack-o'-lanterns with their insides scraped out and left to grin in the dark. There you go, folks. So there is the sales page blurb. There's more to it, so if you want to go read it, but that gets you the gist of it. There is, like I said, there's a whole little kind of a story and a mythos to this stuff that Doug and Fran put in there. So if you guys want to go to the sales page, and I'll leave the link for that below, you guys can go read it if you haven't already. Chances are, I'd say you probably have though. But yeah, Blue Samhain is a favorite of mine. I love it. So, without further ado, let's get this shave on. Stretch the skin. Let's begin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and there is I think this is a third use, fourth use, Gillette Silver Blue Stainless razor blade loaded in this bad boy. There you go. See? I'm a daily shaver, but there is a little bit of stubble in there. And this Razorock Superslant really mows it down. If you guys have never tried a slant, I highly suggest it. Of course, with most things shaving, you get that nice cliched adage of, you know it? I know you know it. Your mileage may vary. There you go. But I will say, a slant razor is nothing to be afraid of by any means. It's just different, you know? Don't be scared of different. I'm different. I'm different than most cats out there. But I will say, the slant is definitely not a gimmick. It works. And the shave that I get off of this RazorRock, man, it's really good. But if you've never tried out a slant and you want to try like you want to try one out for as cheap as possible, because I think these RazorRocks, I think they're 120, they're like 120 or so dollars. Um, I'll look it up, and of course, I'll put something up here probably and tell you the exact price. But once you start buying the plates for these, it can get a little pricey because I think the plates are they're like 60 or 80 bucks a pop, so but it's good. It's 3/16 or not 3/16, 316 stainless steel. So it's good quality stuff. RazorRock, they make awesome razors, honestly. I like most of their stuff. And I like the fact that they're modular. Like I could swap this handle out. Like I could take my RazorRock Daily DOC. I could take this handle and I could slap it on this bad boy. As a matter of fact, this is pretty much the same handle. It's just longer, and I like the longer handle. But they sell all sorts of other handles and razors, and they're all modular. They all mill them the same, with the same kind of specs for thread spacing and all that stuff. So you can just swap them, swap around. Swap around, swap around, swap up and get down. Little remix for you there from back in the 90s. But yeah, this smells good. The soapiness really kind of makes it a cleaner kind of fragrance. And then once you start getting into the aftershave splash, it really kicks it up a notch. And it really kind of it's something totally different, but awesome. but you still get a little bit of the, you can get the spice and from the oak age barrel, from the oak aging or whatnot, from what from the fragrance oil. The pumpkin seems to really kind of stand out more in the soap to me, at least in the stuff that I got. The pumpkin stands out more. The bourbon and the burnt sugar isn't as pronounced, but when it comes to the splash, though, everything kind of takes a swaparoo. And this thing just really cuts through everything. It's such a great reader. I also like the way it has a big face, so you can really kind of mess around and find your best angle. It makes it super easy. Having the bigger slope to it. It's very quite nice. You see that? Move the skin over. Had stuff right there. You don't want to do the Adam's apple. Just push it over and then go to town. All right, let me rinse off and we'll get to round three. Actually, I forgot my upper lip, didn't I? Oh well, I'll get it this time. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, very, very nice. This is shaping up to be quite the phenomenal shave, fellas. Try and get right there because my hair grows like in every which direction. That's usually where I end up having to do most of the cleanup because I'll feel it and I can just feel it in a certain direction. Yeah, see, like right there. Boom. One good thing I like about this razor too, the audible feedback on it is fantastic. I can really, really tell. See, like, could you hear the difference? I don't know if you guys, if the camera will pick it up, but just like that, I can no longer hear the, and it just, on the first swipe, see, it's gone. He's got it. But the audible feedback on this is awesome. And like I said, the efficiency is very nice. I just don't have much cleanup afterwards, ever. I don't know if my technique is getting better or if my lip is getting used to it, but I'm finding more and more lately too that I can actually go against the grain on my upper lip rather than across the grain. I'm gonna go across the grain now because I forgot to on my last pass. But once I'm done, I'm gonna reapply and go against. Or at least try to. I did it the other day with this razor, so I don't see why I shouldn't be able to now. Or if you're a Super Troopers fan, right, meow. I don't always go against the grain. Usually just across the grain is good enough for me, but I try to go the extra little bit for you guys. All right, let me clean the moneymaker up here, and we'll get to the best part of the shave. All right, time for a little alum. Let's see how the shave was. Yeah, got a little zing on the upper lip there. Nothing too bad though. This is usually the spot where I get the most zing from, but um, yeah, it's not bad. PAA and Blue Samhain paired with a Razorock Superslant for the win. All right, well, I'm gonna let this percolate, do its thing. I'm gonna finish cleaning up, and then we'll really get back to the best part of shave. All right, and welcome back, my fellow wet shavers. And we are here wrapping it up with the best part of the shave. And so for today, as of course, I have the Blue Samhain Aftershave Splash. This stuff is absolute magic, in my opinion. And just so you know, you can check it out. Look, it's even got the old school. I don't know. See if you guys can see it or not. It's got the old school little spout there, the restrictor, not the plastic. It's all glass. So when I go to dump this out, it comes out pretty good. Oh man, that smells good. So good already. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm. Man. Oh. Man, I could smell this stuff all day long. So the splash is really where everything, like I said, I mean, I love this stuff. So out the gate, the burnt sugar, this it's got a strong caramel smell with the bourbon. And then as that sugar starts to die down, the sandalwood and just the oak, from everything being aged in an oak barrel, really kicks through. But the caramel, it also is. It's toned. The sweetness is really toned down a lot with the pumpkin and the bourbon. Pumpkin and bourbon, man, that stuff goes together. Like scent wise, I'm not so sure about taste wise, of course, but I mean maybe taste wise too. But I don't know, man. I've never had like a pumpkin old fashioned or anything like that. But man, this is just wonderful. It smells really good. I love Blue Samhain. So, as normal, I always get my wife's thoughts on everything that I review for you guys, or that I use. So, for the wife, for the Tennessee Wifey Approved Scale, where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best, the Wifey gives Blue Samhain a 65. She likes it. She really likes the caramel and the bourbon hit up front. And it really does, like, after the initial hit of it, you know, dries down and fades and everything just kind of mingles together. It's very nice. The sandalwood, the caramel like burnt sugar, the bourbon, the pumpkin, the oak, it all carries through, and it is all very very nice. So, and she likes it. She likes it when I put this stuff on. Um, yeah, I mean, so I got the EDP coming, so she'll get plenty of it. And as for me, of course, the Tennessee whiskey proof scale, where 0 is 100, or see, 0 is 100. Yeah, 0 is 100. Where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best, I give Blue Samhain an 85 proof. I love Blue Samhain. It is awesome. Um, like I said, this is one of my favorite fall fragrances, and it, up until and for now, it is my favorite fall fragrance. So we'll see if anything can dethrone it. So there was some that I have, but I wasn't able to get the whole set of. Like I really wanted Autumn Woods from Subtle Art Soap Company, but for whatever reason in my head, the day it released, I thought it was a different day. So I think, let's say if it was supposed to release like on the 8th or something like that, like September 8th, well, I thought like that day was like September 7th or something, or I thought that it was going to release on September 9th. Whatever it was, either way, I messed it up in my head, so I missed out on the drop. I wish I could get that one. I do have some samples, so I will be able to try the soap out. And I also have a thing of bath soap for it, but I don't have the splash or anything like that. So I will be keeping my eyes peeled on BST to see if there's anybody that maybe wants to part ways if they weren't too thrilled with their autumn woods for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I think it smells phenomenal. But yeah, so if anybody wants to get rid of it, let me know. Hit me up. Talk to me. I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll buy it off you. So yeah. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We are talking about Blue Samhain. Um, so yeah, this will be a favorite of mine, and I will continue to keep doing fall fragrances for you guys. And like I said, towards the end of the season, I will go over them all and kind of give you a what for what and this for that kind of thing, and tell you my absolute favorite ones. So that way, maybe you can be set up for next season as well, or pick them up now or whatever. So yeah, definitely. I would say for now though, definitely pick up Blue Samhain because it is awesome. I got all the flankers. I got the EDP, bath soap, shampoo puck, deodorant. I think the only thing I didn't get is the solid cologne. I don't know. I just don't get solid colognes. I got it for Rabbit Fighter because that's my absolute number one favorite PAA fragrance or whatnot. But aside from that, man, I never get the solid colognes. I just get the other stuff. But I got every other flank. I got the cube. I got all the other flanker items. That's how much I like Blue Samhain. So, on that note, guys, I won't keep you any further. Oh yeah, channel news. Gravesit did get back with me. He has the gift card, so congrats again, Gravesit. Let me know what you get, man. I look forward to hear what he wanted a Sterling gift card. So that's what he got was a Sterling gift card. So I'm curious to see what all you picked up from Sterling because they make some great stuff, and I look forward to hearing what you got. And other than that, don't forget, fellas, here in a couple of weeks, I will be going off for my annual Bucks game. Go Bucks! Even though they lost to the Eagles, they did put up a good fight. Man, they got off to a slow start. They didn't do too good in the first half, but they really started putting it back up. Putting it together in the second. Just wasn't enough to bring it home. So. But I will be down there for the Bucks versus 49ers. It'll be a house divided as my wife is a 49er fan. Ugh. But yep. So we'll be a house divided, be down there having a good time, chilling with my old Air Force bros. And then the following weekend I'll be off to Texas for the US Grand Prix Formula 1 race in Austin. And if I can break away from that for a little while, I will try to go to the Texas Shavers Swap Meet or something or whatever it is, whatever the meetup is that they're having there in Austin. I will try and go to it. So again, I'm gonna try and get some content between now and then, to maybe fill the voids of me not being here for that stuff. But if I don't, I'm sorry, but I do have a life outside of doing these videos. So yeah. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this old fool scrape sharp steel on his face to remove facial hair. I know it sounds silly, huh? But I do enjoy it. So thanks again for all the support and everybody tuning in. If you're watching this and you haven't, please feel free to subscribe and like and all that good stuff. Helps me grow the channel and know that I'm doing things right. And if not, then I'll see you guys around, like on the Facebook group pages and whatnot, and all that good stuff. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And yeah, happy shaves, gents. As always, the wet shaving community is the best community. Be happy, be positive, and I will catch you on the next one.